So for the first task, here are the modifications that I did in the code. First of all, I just modified the app bar to print homework 3. Then I created some variables that I use down in the build part. Here, first of all, I created the text form field that you can see over here. Then I created a checkbox with a value is checked, a bool value is checked to verify if we clicked on the checkbox or not. Then I created the drop button with a list of options over here to see the different options that we have in the drop down. We have the yes or no option when we have the list over here. And finally, I created an elevated button with, I gave it the same color as the app bar and modified the shape and added the text send. For now, on pressed doesn't do anything. So now for the history part, as you can see the modifications that I did, I first took off all the comments that were in the main Dart and then created the variables. As you can see here, this is the modification. Then we have the build part, we have the text that I changed over here, as you can see. Plus, I changed the whole column widget. I created the text form field, then the checkbox and the drop down button, and finally the elevated button. And I took off obviously the plus button that was in the bottom. So for the code part of this task, here's what I changed. I added a text controller and a form key over here. And then I added a string variable to take the text that's entered in the text field. Then to the text form field, I added a validator. Of course, I put this into a form and added the key. And then I put a validator to check the conditions that were given in the task. So if it is, if the value given is, if you don't put anything in the text field, so it's considered empty and you get this message. And if the length of the message that you put in the text field is under 3, so you get this message. Now for the rest of it, I just modified the unpressed part of the elevated button. So when the button is pressed, it checks if the conditions are respected, and if they are, so the variable entered text takes the text that was entered in the text field. And if there is nothing entered in the text field yet, so we get a blank. And over here, we just print here the enter text right below the button, and we print the true false over here for checked the check button and the drop down button over here that you can see. If we put yes, it turns out to be true. Finally, for the history part, here's what I changed. As you can see, I forgot in the previous part to take out the things that were related to the counter part of the project. So I just took off the counter and the increment counter function. Then there were two empty lines over here, so I just took them off. And here is what I just explained before. So I wrapped the text form field into a form and then added the key. also added all the necessary variables. And then after this, I added the validator over here. After that, I just modified the color here, and I added the unpressed part of the button, and the part over here is the text that's below the button.